That's fine.
Yeah. That's all a terrible lie. That's a lie.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to Smash This Podcast, WWE 2016 Clash of Champions pay-per-view predictions. I'm JAYBONE. Let me introduce the rest of the crew tonight. You never know who's going to show up. If you followed the Twitter feed, you had a clue. First of all, straight out of Rant with Ant, we've got Ant here. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, buddy, it's good to do a show with you guys again. You know, I missed you. Me and JAYBONE go way back on the Ramblers, man. We used to do shows about a year and a half ago. It's insane how far we've all came.
Yeah, dude, it's all branching off in different directions. I've got about 20 podcasts I'm doing this week, so I've just got a
new host of the Wrestle Addict, and then the new member of the Wrestle Addict, and me, who was one of the founders of the Wrestle Addict, is not on it anymore. It's just a big Wrestle Addict party.
Oh, it is. It is. It's this one big, happy, flippin' podcast family. Also joining us tonight, straight out of the Wrestle Addict, he's on the nights that I'm not on because I do a show every other week. Every other week that the show is on, this gentleman is on with Paul Sweat. We have Mile High Lads with us. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, we're doing all right, man. We're going to be talking a little bit of COC, which makes me slightly uncomfortable. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that yet.
Well, we're cracking a cold one, and we're going to dive into this card, and we'll talk a little bit about Raw just because the last few Raws have been leaving fans, what's the word you used earlier today? Salty. So
wanting, lustfully wanting, hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, that's only segments of our population, and that's both male and female, and they're after Seth Rollins, but whatever.
I'm going to be straightforward with you. The Eagles were on last night, so Raw took a big backseat.
Oh, yeah.
The Eagles. That's that shitty rock band, Hotel California. I remember. Never mind. Oh, wait. What?
Wow. Thank you. Smash This Podcast will now be sued by the ghost of Glenn Fry. I don't know.
I hate it when that happens.
Right?
Yeah, the paranormal litigation is always a bitch.
I'm going to have to call the Ghostbusters and shit. All right, let's get into this show. We'll kick it off with the ever-famous pre-show. I mean that with a slight bit of sarcasm. We have Alicia, and we're probably going to get... You know what would be perfect before we get into this first match? In my perfect world, because there's been so many squash matches on Raw lately, it's becoming almost nauseating. If it was up to me, just so that I don't get any squash matches on my perfect pay-per-view, put it all on the pre-show. Braun Strowman, have him destroy like 10 kids in the ring. Bring out Nia Jax, have her destroy like 10 bitches in the ring. And then have Bo Dallas go out there and just swim through all the dead bodies. There's your pre-show, folks. What do you guys think about that?
I've heard worse.
Why does a 3-hour pay-per-view need a pre-show? Is my question.
I don't know.
You can't fit these guys on Raw, but somehow they're going to have a match on the pre-show. How many matches have even been announced so far? Honestly, like
5, I think.
You talk about for the full card, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We actually have a pretty full card. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, and there's some phantom matches that I have no clue what they are. Like, I know like 5, maybe.
Well, on paper, this card looks decent. It's just, if you've watched, we were touching on this before we went live, if you've watched Raw recently, the fans have not been happy. In fact, I think last week, I heard something, I don't keep track of the ratings much. You know, I don't really care. It's not my thing. Right. It's like, ooh, guess what? Yeah, I don't care.
But guess what? Ratings don't matter because I didn't watch last night, but I went back on my DVR today.
Yeah. I heard SmackDown actually beat Raw last week.
See, my thing that I've kind of been watching, because, dude, the ratings mean shit. Like, we're talking in the millions, and it's a difference of 100,000, and, like, is that a big deal? Is it not a big deal? Whatever. The thing that I look at more than anything is, like, our friends over at NAI and a couple of other of our Big Brother podcasts, they run polls. And their response is overwhelming to the SmackDown side. Like, it's almost embarrassing to the SmackDown side.
It was 90-10 last week. 90% to 10 that SmackDown was the better show.
Now
850 voters. That's not like 10 voters. It's 850 people voting.
At the same time, it's like, I know that they're fighting against that third hour wall. Like, I know that hurts them, but that hurts them 90%? That seems like, that to me, that seems almost borderline ridiculous to pin it all on that third hour.
You know what, Laz? You make a perfectly good point, and you wanted to talk about this, and so did JAYBONE, and we can segue with it. Because SmackDown, you don't get the useless promos. Mick Foley cut a 10-minute promo where he was making kind of no sense at all. And I was lost. From 8:05 to 8:10, I was like, okay, am I going to even watch this tonight? Because he was just rambling on when it's taking time away from building stories. And I know what he was doing. He was trying to build more drama with him and Stephanie McMahon, but care who the GM is right now. We really don't. We know Triple H is coming back. We know he's going to cost Rollins the match. I just don't like Mick Foley in this role personally. That's just me.
It's painful. It's really painful.
I'm not I'm not a huge fan of Stephanie McMahon, mainly due to the fact that what the hell is she? Is she a good guy or is she a bad guy? Because it's like we've seen her cut a face promo in the ring and then go backstage and cut Teddy Long's dick off. It's like, who are you?
She is the most.
She's like Triple H.
Yeah, she is the most uncomfortable of goodies right now. She is so sugary and so sweet because she's got to match Foley.
But the thing is she does these incredibly heelish things, and I don't even know if she realized she's doing it.
No, I think that's part of what they're trying to go for. Like, hey, look at this. Stephanie McMahon's going to change, but then she always shows that little bit of the bitch side where you're like, she's never going to change. I think that's all part of the plan, to be honest.
Yeah, but I've already think that about their entire brand, that it's never going to change. I don't need Stephanie McMahon to reinforce that on my television screen. First
off, I'm just tired of the authority stuff.
Exactly.
Can we get
we've done
the authority?
This. Give me Mick Foley by himself.
Don't give me Mick Foley at all. Don't give me any GM. I don't need a 10-minute promo from a GM. We did it for 5 years now.
Yeah, I don't think we need it either, but you need to have someone who is playing that role similar to like what William Regal does. He shows up for important shit. Outside of that, he's out.
Yeah.
Remember when Vince used to just show up for important stuff after the whole Attitude Era? People were like, oh my God, Vince is here.
What are you talking about? Dude, when Jack Tunney hit my television screen, I knew the shit was on when I was a kid. I just knew it. Like, it was like, oh my God, it's Jack Tunney. Why are you on my TV? Because when you show up, something bad happened.
Yeah, it was like the president came on TV. Whoa, what's this guy doing on it?
Exactly. Because it was a totally foreign face to everything you saw every Saturday afternoon. And you're just like, whoa, like, you're totally different. Everybody else was a walking cartoon. And then you had Jack Tunney, this dumpy Canadian wrestling promoter that had these massive glasses that he always seemed to look for mid-promo, even though they were on his face.
Yeah, God bless Mick Foley. I don't have a problem with the. I don't even watch the reality show. I could care less because watching his daughter trying to become a professional wrestler or even the concept of it is just painful to me. I'd rather watch Brian Kendrick train Eva Marie. And Mick Foley, he limps down to the ring. He looks lost half the time. He's reading these cue cards. And granted, okay, I get it. No one knows these cruiserweight kids. I get that. But he's reading names, and the crowd is like, who the hell are these guys? We know who these guys are. We've either A, been watching the Cruiserweight Classic very intently, so we know these guys, or some of them we've been watching for years.
Or, hey, I got a great idea. All right, I realize that you guys are all. I realize the WWE, they're hellbent for glory. Like, we're going to keep these brands separate, But you had two voices that were the voices of the Cruiserweight Classic, and ironically, they're both associated with the SmackDown brand. Why didn't one of those guys come out and introduce them? Mauro Ranallo could have knocked it out of the park in the introduction, and Daniel Bryan would have been a pop, and it would have brought that show up.
Or throw half of them on Raw and half of them on SmackDown. That's
what they're doing now. If you notice, they kind of stopped promoting Gargano, Ciampa, when they were really high on those guys on Raw. And I was reading reports that SmackDown does want a Cruiserweight division, which is stupid because you just built this whole thing on Raw is going to be exclusive with the Cruiserweights. This is how we're going to fill the third hour.
But the problem that they have...
got to get it too.
But see, that's the problem, okay? We're dealing with two brands that we're supposed to recognize as separate entities. But I have one question, okay? No, just one, simple one. You guys give me an answer that makes sense, we're going with it.
okay.
Okay? Two separate brands. We have been told this is guerrilla warfare. Numbers matter. Everything matters. Ratings, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. The whole 9 yards. Okay?
I'm beating my chest.
My one question is this. If we're at war, why the fuck are we advertising our competitors' pay-per-view on our goddamn show?
Because it's Vince's circus and we just can't think that deeply on it.
Because as much as we want to think they're at war, we know it's the same brand.
But see,
it's the reality.
But see, the thing is
like everything else in WWE, they want to go to kayfabe when they can, but they blur the line as much as they can.
All right, but what if they go? What if they go this route? What if they don't do any physical advertising on the actual show, but Vince sacrifices one of his glorious exclusive WWE Network commercial spots to the opposing pay-per-view? What? So it's like the NWO. It was the guerrilla commercial cut-ins. Like, you just drop that in the top of the second hour or whatever, and then at the end of it, only on the WWE Network, so Vince still can go get his jollies off the fact that his network got advertised.
Well, the USA Network does that for him. That way, they're to blame, and it's not Vince's fault.
I mean, but it's like it's to me, it's like, okay, I understand. Like, this is one company. Everybody knows it's one company. We all have that. We get it. Okay, the next thing you're going to tell me is wrestling's fake. Like, we know you're a publicly traded company. I can tell you what your employee maneuvering has been for the last 6 months. Why? Because it's public record.
You stop that right now. It's not fake.
But give us the illusion. Give me something to tell me that, like, oh, well, we're at war, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to do the most common thing that we're going to do. We're not going to advertise the competition tonight. Come on. Something that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's a business, and Vince is in it to make money, so that's what he does, and nothing's going to change it. So we can holler, we can hoot, we can scream, we can rant, no pun intended. But it doesn't. At the end of the day, it's a business. He doesn't give a shit. He's going to promote his shit on his show, and that's how it works. And so that's how it's always worked.
Right. No, and
that's
dude,
how it's always worked.
I don't think anybody has any illusion of that. But what I'm going to do, it's going to become, dude. I used to make time to watch SmackDown. I mean, since SmackDown's been live, I've been making time to watch Raw and SmackDown live. Okay. I tap out. I'm good. I don't need to watch it, dude. It makes me negative live because I have to sit through all the crap.
Yeah,
it makes me a negative person, and it turns my whole attitude, and it just makes me pissed off. So why waste the time, dude? I'll take that 5 hours, and on Wednesday afternoon before Lucha Underground, I'll turn it into a tremendous 26-minute wrestling show, and I'll move on with my life.
But I don't want you pissed off before Lucha Underground review.
What are you talking about, dude? I'm going to fast forward through all of it, and then I'm going to get 26 minutes of astronomically great wrestling, which will be like the cruiserweights and whatever Rusev and Roman Reigns are doing because they entertain me. And I love KO, and I love Chris Jericho. And it's like, you know what? I'll be able to make a solid 45-minute show out of 5 hours of programming.
My problem is they have a 3-hour show. And, like, last night, you want to throw on a 5 against 5 match. Why? You have how many match slots you can fill? Instead, they're like, let's make it collusion. Let's make it a whole clusterfuck of 5 versus 5. When you're like, Or you can just do one-on-one. You could do Enzo versus Primo. You can do Jericho versus someone else and have Zayn interfere, or vice versa.
Or I have it even a better idea.
build a
We
match
don't have
on
to see any of them. They can all take the fucking night off. They can cut a backstage promo, and we can have another cruiserweight match.
I just want, if you're going to build these matches up, if you're going to make them pay-per-view matches, I'm tired of seeing the 4 versus 4 tags, the 3 versus 3 tags, the 5 versus 5 tags. Build the story about the match. About the match at the pay-per-view. Listen, we're going to have 3 extra matches on this pay-per-view. All you guys get in the ring at one time. This is their appetizer for your entree on Sunday, and I don't like that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's get. I know we all have different opinions on the product itself, but let's get into the card.
Dear God, keep ushering us along. We'll argue about this for hours. I know we have 8 of them to be exact.
Right.
I know we have 8 because we lost the damn Jeff Jarrett interview because we went 12 hours on the cancer stream.
How could you lose something from JARRETT?
I know, man. That was a great interview, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good guy. So, all right. So, the pre-show, we've got one of possibly 6 other squash matches on the card. Alicia Fox versus Nia Jax. Now, this has been cute, and that's the only word I can really use to describe it, because the fact that Alicia Fox, I'm still laughing that, 2 weeks ago, Alicia Fox cracked her in the face with a box.
She legit cracked her in the face.
And then was like, oh, shit, did I do, in a split second was, oh, shit, did I just do that? And then had to quick flip it back to, I'm a bitch and I'm going to beat you up.
Dude, you know what, man? Like, Alicia Fox, when she is gone from the WWE, there will not be very many memorable moments that most will remember. I will remember that one because it was funny and it was genuine.
Did you guys see the YouTube exclusive from last night after Raw? Jinder Mahal, he's got this whole, if you have seen it, not too many have, because not too many people give a shit about him, including me. But this was kind of funny. Jinder Mahal is on this whole peace mission. I come in peace. And he found Alicia Fox in the hallway. And he's got his arm around her, and he's talking about peace this, peace that. And by the end of this, trying to find peace or someone to go on his journey of finding peace with, Alicia Fox busts the crazy out. And I mean busts the crazy out. She goes, Jinder, are you hitting on me? It's
like, no, bitch, you crazy?
And then
he's throw something to that huge bitch over there 2 weeks ago. I know you're crazy.
And then he's like running backwards down the hallway, and she's going after him like, "Oh, come on, are you hitting on me? Come on!" It's like,
okay. She plays crazy too well.
It was the spoiler alert. Funny.
The spoiler alert about this match is Nia Jax isn't like most girls.
Oh my God, she is not. Don't get me
started. Nia Jax is going to eat her for breakfast.
I think Alicia will get a little bit of shine, like for maybe the first 30 seconds, and this is going to be a 4-minute match, and it's going to be incredibly violent and incredibly forgettable.
See, this is my problem, and again, it goes back to just, I think, lazy booking. You have Dana Brooke, who is actually a bodybuilder, who has a massive look to her. She's strong as hell. You can have her and Nia Jax beating the hell out of each other and actually, trying to be the dominant force. Instead, you have her as Charlotte's bitch. And that is another problem, is like they still value the role of you're going to be someone's bitch. And I hate that role. When Dana Brooke, I don't think she's ready to be on the main roster, but if you're going to have her there, her and Nia Jax is a fun feud. Who's the most dominant? Kind of like what they're doing with Cesaro and Sheamus. But you don't have to do it for 2 months.
You know the match I want to see, because it's just the sickness I have in my brain. I want to see Nia Jax versus Awesome Kong.
Yeah.
Because I think if anyone could work big with her, I think if anybody could work big with her and probably teach her a lot about working in general, it's Kong.
Yeah, they're so big on bringing back, people from the
headbangers, the revival that no one wanted to see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, they're so big on. Okay, you brought Jinder Mahal back. You brought Zack Ryder's tag team partner from 10 years ago. I can never remember his name.
Hawkins.
Thank you. Yeah, Claire Hawkins.
Kurt Hawkins.
Did I say Claire? Damn.
Yes, you did. I was like, wait, what?
He's not like most girls either.
You could
Right?
see him just whistling Dixie. It was the friggin' goatee that gave it away, though.
He walks around with a sexy can. You bitches better look out. All right, back to this match.
I agree with you, though. They're bringing back all this talent. Where is a Karma, or an Awesome Kong, I should say? Where is she?
Where's
Because
Awesome Kong?
now you can establish Nia as, hey, I beat this credible person. I am the monster of this roster.
See, my thing is, dude, is a couple of weeks ago, I got the Shine pay-per-view. Dude, there's a couple of girls that are not typical body types. They're a little bit bigger. Like, think not quite Beth Phoenix, more that style of physique, though.
Yeah.
Not that buff, though. And, dude, there's a couple of girls like that are right on the cuffs, dude. And I think that they're probably on par, if not better, workers than Nia Jax right now. And I want to give Nia Jax every chance in the world, because if it ever 100% clicks, holy crap, look out.
She's just learning now. Like, you got to remember, she just started training almost about 2 years ago. The girl is very green in the business.
Oh, yeah.
She's picking it up.
She's doing it in front of 15,000 people, which is just a bizarre way to learn.
Exactly. WWE's fast tracking these people when Nia Jax, Apollo Crews. I know Apollo Crews has worked all over the world. He's an awesome worker. But WWE style, he should have stayed down. Carmella, she's clicking a little bit. That's someone who could have stayed down. Establish yourself as a women's champion in NXT so people know when you come up. Right now, she's getting zero reaction. And it's because they're fast-tracking a lot of these people. And fast-tracking only leads to failure because sometimes they don't have what it takes to basically flourish on the main roster. You're seeing it with Dana Brooke. She's in a horrible spot in her career right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Nia Jax, how long can you have Nia squish people? Like, how long can Nia Jax just squash people, honestly, before people are like, I don't care?
Well, she's going to hit – well, with Alicia Fox being on the squash list, like, we're in the same situation that we're in with Sin Cara. Like, now that we're hitting actual names, it's going to be difficult for them to justify feeding jobbers. And that's when we start – that's when – because the thing is at that point – you're telling me we can't get away from 50-50 booking at the top of the card, but it's okay for this person to squash their way through half of your mid card?
Yeah, I just want to make a statement too, and I made this on Wrestling with Issues yesterday. We're in a world right now where Bo Dallas is squashing people and Bray Wyatt can't get a victory on TV.
Amen. And I am not a holy man.
What in the blue hell kind of alternate universe is this?
Hey, and you know what? If this turns Bo, maybe Bo is following the buzzards right now. Who knows? Maybe it's something cool, but it's probably going to lead to him getting squashed by someone else. Him versus Braun. You know what I mean?
No, this whole thing, dude, they're stacking him up on TV right now to go over and fight the Mighty Wang in China.
Oh, God.
If he's anything like Ho-Ho, I'm not watching that match.
Well, this guy's like a legit judokan, and his name's not the Mighty Wang, but it should be. That would be marketable as fuck. I'm telling you that right now.
Can you imagine a shirt that just says, I am the Mighty Wang, or I have Mighty Wang?
Dude, that's like the same thing with Jinder Mahal, dude. Like, I have got a Jinder Mahal t-shirt that I would buy tomorrow not thinking. I want a picture of Jinder Mahal's face wearing his Sikh turban because he's a Sikh. He's not Arab as he was put forth. He's a Sikh. And I just wanted around the top of it just to say, bruv, that's Sikh. Instead of brother, that's sick, bruv, that's Sikh. And just have it right there and it's just him smiling. Like, that shit would sell like hotcakes, and it would be funny as fuck. You know what it would do on top of it? it would desensitize people to seeing a racial stereotype.
I think Vince just popped a quad but from laughing at your joke.
Dude, I'm over racial stereotypes, which I'll get in with Rusev in a minute.
Here. Oh man!
When we talk about Rusev, I'll get into that.
Can we call YouTube and extend this another 8 hours? Ant and I are going to be at this a minute. We took the day off work tomorrow. We're good.
I did not. I have an appointment.
I'm going to get a pizza. I'll be back. You guys continue. Okay.
What's the next match? I know we're on the pre-show. We got kind of sidetracked. But what is the next match? I'm interested to know, is there another pre-show match?
No, that's it for now, but we're probably going to get at least one more depending on when they start. So really quick, guys, before we get into the next one, is Nia Jax going to win this one? Is that a given?
Yeah, quick.
Okay.
I'd say 4 minutes or less. I'll one up and I'll go down to 4. I don't think this is going to last long.
She'll go down to the ring in her straight jacket and not even kick out at 1. Alicia Fox will just and then go back up crazy.
I think they're going to try to establish Nia as a monster, dude. They're going to have her throw Alicia Fox all over the place,
and she needs to go have Braun Strowman, little Nia Jax babies, and then little babies just kicking the shit out of each other. Okay, next we got...
That's terrifying.
Isn't it?
Just giant, bulbous, weird hair and like baby Huey looking motherfuckers. Like that's terrifying.
Little 3-foot Neanderthal babies. All right, next we got...
Straight out of the womb, they're born like cattle.
Yeah, just kicking ass. Kick the doctor's ass. All right, we got... Jesus Christ. We got Jericho versus Sami Zayn.
That's going to be the match of the night.
Yeah, that would be, if I had to pick an odds are early in the card that's going to steal the show, that's it. You got 2 guys there that are liquid dynamite. It just all depends if everything comes together.
I might be overlooking this just a tad bit, but I tend to do that. I'm going to bounce this off of you guys.
Okay.
Is this the start, finally, of we're going to keep Kevin Owens away from Sami Zayn for as long as freaking possible, and yet at the same time, build up Sami Zayn?
Laz, you go first.
I would hope so. I mean, I really here's the thing. If KO stays the champ, the person who makes sense making that turn toward KO at the Rumble is Sami Zayn. Now, I mean, come on, man. First 2 years on the main roster, a championship match at Mania, that is storybook. And that is Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is a storybook guy. Like, he likes that big moment, so I wouldn't be shocked to see that. But at the same time, at this point, Jericho is so hot he could eat the loss. But I don't think Vince is done with the build sympathy for Sammy bandwagon yet. I think this is a Jericho win, even though I wouldn't be surprised to see Sammy pull it out.
Yeah, I guess
right now. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Ed.
Right now, I think this is to kind of keep Zayn away. What a lot of people are forgetting is this whole Cesaro-Sheamus thing is for
a yet-to-be-named title shot.
Cesaro's going to win. He's going to get a filler match, at the next pay-per-view to be Owens' next contender. It's going to be a good match. It's going to be fun. I think they're trying to steer Zayn away for a little bit. I really think Owens' next credible opponent will be Brock at Royal Rumble. I really think they're going to give us that match at Rumble.
Oh, Jesus.
That'd be fun.
Zayn, this could be a career-defining win on the WWE roster by beating Chris Jericho. But
do something that AJ was unable to do.
Chris Jericho may turn the corner and go after KO as well.
I see that happening at some point. Do you think it'll be this quick, though?
Yeah. After Survivor Series is weird because you're either going to get a match that you never thought was going to happen, or you're going to get just a match where it's like, hey, it's good wrestling. Like, hey, this is going to be a good match. Let's throw it on the card for the title. Like, they always focus on the Survivor Series traditional matches, and they always suck. But
well, they're just a lot of fun. They're not meant to be oh my god match of the year.
But look at the trios championship in Lucha. You could do that with 4 or 5 guys. Believe me.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so let's look at.
You could make it insane. You could make it like holy shit. I think it's gonna be Raw versus SmackDown, and hopefully it's mid-card. That's all. Hopefully it's guys that can shine.
Oh, for Survivor Series?
Yes.
God, I hope so. That'd be awesome. Like, that's, to me, you know what? Let's go ahead and one-up it. Let's enter a couple of NXT teams as well. Let's get them that big moment. Maybe you put them on early in the show. Maybe you put together a couple of their stars against a couple of the mid-card or a couple of the early and let them shine.
Ooh, and maybe Sin Cara.
Wow. He might dislocate a finger and throw up the X.
The problem with Sin Cara is Hunico legit beat up Braun Strowman. I'm just going to be real for a minute. Yeah, the guy's like 5-0 backstage. Hunico could legit beat up Braun Strowman.
So since we're at Night of Champions and the next pay-per-view is
Clash of Champions. You just made the same mistake Seth did.
Clash of Champions, and then we go on to another nameless one, and then we go to Survivor Series. Right? Is November?
No Mercy is in early October. That's the next SmackDown pay-per-view.
So since we're kind of heading in that direction, and we know that Cesaro is probably going to be the placeholder next month, and then we go to Survivor Series. So once we get to Survivor Series, we're going to start kind of making that turn for home. Who's going to be your Universal Championship match at Mania next year? Like if you were looking at the current landscape and you were going to make a guess.
Roman Brock too.
Really?
Oh God, no! Anything involving Brock, no, just no.
No, I think WWE's it's his last year. They're going to push hard with him. I see.
So what are you going to see?
Cena Taker.
Are you going to see? So by that booking, KO loses to Brock at the Rumble.
KO, and this is not what I want to happen by any means. Believe me, I want KO to hold that belt. I just think Vince McMahon's going to put that belt on Brock. I have a feeling that he's going to get one more run. It's going to be, and this is probably his last Mania because the guy doesn't really give a shit about pro wrestling.
No. He's already got like half of Manitoba purchased for farming. So, like, what else do you have to do?
I mean, where's Seth? Seth's facing Triple H. You know what I mean? Seth has Triple H at Mania. It looks like that's what it looks like is going to happen.
Yeah, Brock's going to go home and F5 cows. That's what he does.
They're already talking about Brock versus The Rock.
Oh God, that sounds awful. And okay, now wait a second. Time out.
Okay, where's this Goldberg rumor?
Wait, no. Time out. We're going to throw that completely out the window.
No, I
want you to think about that statement. Brock versus The Rock. Now, you are talking probably one of the biggest box office draws, if not the biggest for the WWE in history, hands down. But, dude, I can already smell the shit of his insurance company that insures him for Hollywood, which is Lloyd's of London. Dude, they probably have a $50 million policy on his face.
Dude, Randy Orton's still in Brooklyn right now because Brock left him that messed up that the guy still can't wrestle right now.
Yeah.
That whole thing still...
Brock is not risking $1 million a movie career to step in the ring with Brock Lesnar. I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude. It's like that to me, it's like, dude, don't get me wrong. Would I watch it? Hell yeah. But at the same time,
I'd rather see Roman versus The Rock.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
That would actually be pretty fun.
Samoan versus Samoan. Blood versus blood.
Dude, we could get Samoan versus Samoan, and we could get Afa and Haku to be special guest referees.
Samoa
and then the Usos could do like the timekeeping and bell ringing, and it could just be a fucking Samoan fiesta. Like they could do the haka before the match. It would be amazing. I'm down. So
all wearing grass skirts. It's really weird.
Yeah. Dude, Rikishi can do a run-in and stink face somebody just because. I mean, I'm in.
I just want the
doesn't
match
rock
to
the-
end with Samoa Joe taking out the whole family since he's not part of the dynasty.
Yeah, it's like, wait a second.
He burns the whole place to the ground.
Yeah, he sets the
Samoa,
arena on
Samoan,
fire.
Samoan.
And now that we've burned the whole place to the ground, let's quick get through the Sami Zayn versus Jericho. Who wins this one, guys?
I'm gonna go Jericho.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Jericho, but I think it's going to be a weird finish. I don't know if KO comes out for the distract or Jericho wins by nefarious means, but I think that you can put a tick mark next to this one for potential match of the night. For
Jericho
sure.
brings in the Quebecer.
We have a Rougeau run-in.
Jim and Marvin Luther interference.
Jim and Marvin Luther.
Oh my God, I love
He's
that.
the toughest man west of Winnipeg.
Who won the shot put in 08?
Quite possibly. Me personally, damn.
Drink it in, man. Just drink it in.
Yeah. And it could still be like I started out the conversation with, trying to build, how do you build up someone with a loss? Because you build sympathy for the guy. But you can only do that so much.
Can we all agree that we really don't care who wins, though? Like,
yeah, that's going to be a match
I'm
where it's
happy.
like I could go either way, and it's not going to hurt my feelings because I like both guys.
I'll be happy. Yep, I'll be happy either way.
Like, I could see the story for Sammy. I could see the story for Sammy. They're playing the underdog. I get it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, losing to Jericho at this point, Jericho is so red hot that the loss is meaningless.
Yeah.
It's like losing to the Undertaker at this point. It's like, who cares?
Yeah, that's true. I think I'm still going to go with Sami Zayn just because I love the guy. I love.
You want to be that controversial one in this conversation. We know how you play this,
I'm
JAYBONE.
going to make a strong statement. Sami Zayn, guy, he's going to be the closest thing to Daniel Bryan the WWE ever gets again, with compassion, fans getting behind him. If they build this guy right, they have an everyday guy that people love who can work his ass off, and that is a winning formula.
Absolutely. I believe that.
The other guy that I put in that, I mean, there are some guys coming up through the indies right now that have really, really good stories, like really good background stories. So, I mean, there's a couple of guys that are in potential, but they kind of walk that very thin line with Vince of how small is too small.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think the smallest they go is someone like David Balor.
I mean, dude, they've got some of the cruiserweights they brought in are tiny, dude. Like 5'6", 5'7"-ish. I mean, they're small.
They've got a challenge for a world title.
Yeah, they're like as tall as my wife, for Christ's sakes. Jeez Louise. It's like, hey, look at this guy. He's awesome in the ring. Meet him in person.
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
Yeah, it's like, and who are you? Oh, man, you're a lookalike. Damn, you're dynamite, man. There we go.
All right, let's go to the next non-title match on the card. With the it's the match 7 in the best of 7. Cesaro versus Sheamus. And we were just talking about Cesaro for a little bit.
This match, because I think it's going to be just like the other 6. Good match. Everyone's kind of over it. Catapult them, let them go.
I'm going to tell you why I'm over it at this point. And it's things, and I hate using this as an example all the time. I don't use it all the time, but I'm going to use it. This is one that they shouldn't have gotten this whole feud done within like a month's time. Okay? This is one that they could have spread out over the course of like a half a year. Yeah. And people would have still loved it. Prime example, and Laz, you know what I'm talking about because I think you watch more Lucha Underground than Ant does. No offense, Ant. But they can draw a feud across 20-some weeks of television, and you don't get sick of it because they touch on it like every 4 or 5 weeks, like once a month.
Because you don't have to have Cesaro and Sheamus interact every single week. We understand that they're in the best of 7 series. They don't have to fight each other 7 times in a row.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, that's kind of been a craze that's hit the indies this year. There's been a lot of best of 5, best of 7s, but they've all been exceptional.
Yeah.
Like, I can't name one that was just kind of like...
Listen, I don't want to call their matches not good because the guys have chemistry together. Dude. It's clear to see. But
no, they do. They really do.
It's Cesaro and Sheamus, though. So how much can they pull off together that we haven't seen in the other 6 matches? I think the 7th match is going to be the best one. I think they'll pull out all the stops. There'll be great false finishes. Glad to see this over because as much as I don't like Sheamus, you could challenge for a Universal title. He has the name. He has the history. What they're doing with him and Cesaro seems not important at all. And I know they tried to make it important. You heard last night. Who really cared?
Yeah, where I ran into the big issue with it was they dude, they're super overexposed. Like, you can't if you're going to do that match every week, like, it's got to be something where it can be really varied. The thing is those two guys, both incredibly talented, neither one of them are flyers. They're just not. It's a lot of mat wrestling. It's a lot of physicality. And, like, granted, I dig it. But I can see where people are bored.
Well, it's because it's been so much. Like I said, they overplayed it too quick. They could have spread it out. They could have done this. They could have done one per pay-per-view, for crying out loud, and been like, okay, this next pay-per-view is number 2. Whatever. They could have stretched it out across pay-per-view matches and people wouldn't have been sick of it. And they don't touch each other. They cross each other in a hallway, give each other a look.
And let's go ahead and get to the real core of this matter. The fact that this isn't a best of 7. This is a best of 9. Because remember that 2 weeks previous to this, Cesaro went over twice.
That's very true.
So it's
I
a best.
Heard, by the way, and Ziggler just put on a clinic on SmackDown. So after this is over, I definitely want to go watch that for sure.
Oh, definitely.
All right, so I think all of us are in agreement that no matter how good Sheamus is, Cesaro needs this win, and it doesn't make sense putting a heel in against Owens next month.
Well, the reason why
both need it, though. That's the thing. Like, what do you like? Unless Sheamus loses and demands a trade to SmackDown, which gives SmackDown a little bit more star power.
Dude, that might not be a bad thing, man. They could use another big body there, honestly.
A big heel. They don't really have. They don't have a massive.
Sheamus could play the role of Rusev on that show. He could play the monster heel.
I love Cesaro, okay? I want to say that first. I love Cesaro. I think he deserves a push. The thing is, he comes out every week, week after week, more and more looking like a frigging mummy, okay? He's got all this tape all over him, and I get the tape thing, okay? It's supposed to help with muscle movement or whatever.
Dude, so much of that is cosmetic. It's to sell the injury more than anything.
I know, but it's getting to the point now where you're constantly.
Oh, dude, he's gonna come out like on Monday as a gimp. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, he's gonna come out, completely wrapped like the commercial, toilet paper, wrapped head to toe, like "Don't hurt me," and he'll come out and. Sheamus will rip off like a couple sheets, blow his nose, shed a couple tears, and lay down in the middle of the ring for him. And no, honestly, I can't get behind.
I finally know what they're doing. Wrapping him.
Is going to be the Yeti?
No, we're talking about WrestleMania, right? And we're talking about The Rock, the Scorpion King versus the Mummy.
No, he's going to be the Yeti. Dude, this is the Dungeon of Doom comeback I've been waiting for.
Scorpion King versus the Mummy, Rock versus Cesaro, WrestleMania. Book it.
And it could be another 3-second match. No insurance, companies have to get involved, and lots of babies will be born. I can't get behind Cesaro anymore until he gets healthy. If he's that unhealthy and he's that injured, it's also just makes it that much more ridiculous. And I'm probably reading too much into it, but finally there gets to be a point where it's like, Oh, I'm injured. I come out. I got a great suit on, but I'm injured. Oh, more tape. Got a great suit. Damn, I'm sexy. Spotlight's on me. Fuck, I'm injured. It's like, come on.
Yeah, dude, it's like you run into the problem that I do. You've already invested more thought in it than they have, so it's like that's when I realize I need to move on.
Yeah, it's, I'm finally, it's like, you know what? Put him out of his misery. That's why I'm like, Sheamus, just give him like 5 bro kicks in a row, Just put him out of his misery, take him off TV for 3 months, no more tape, brand spanking new, bring him back for Royal Rumble. All right. Next, we got Jesus, this is horrible. We got the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. TJ Perkins.
Perkins is rotating.
Who's a champion versus Brian Kendrick, with the exception that, and we were talking about this before we went live as well, really quick. No one knows, your casual fan on Raw has no effing clue who TJ Perkins is.
Who TJ Perkins is. Oh my God. Horrible. Honestly, this guy, like that, when you think TJ Perkins, you think charisma. He has a good look. He's a great wrestler. You should have showcased him Monday night, even if it's a vignette. You can make a vignette about every shit Bray Wyatt takes, but you can't throw one together for TJ Perkins. TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick's going to be a great match. I hope that they give him at least 7 to 10 minutes because I think that's all they're going to get. Perkins lose. You can't make him lose for about 3 months if you want this series, want this division to be taken seriously. This guy needs to go, defend it every week, crush it every week, and then when he loses it, it'll become a big deal.
Yeah, and Kendrick's legitimate enough that he can. Kendrick is an animated enough heel that his selling will make the match probably better than it actually will be. Because Kendrick's good like that, and the thing, and him and Perkins, they've got a chemistry. They have similar movements. They use similar holds, things like that. That I think the transition is going to be a lot of fun, and I just hope they use the match correctly. Like, I hope it's put somewhere on the card to energize, and it's not used as a piss break.
Yeah, it's last night. Last night was so awkward. It was like, it's the one thing besides all the squash matches and inconsistencies and Mick Foley, limping down to the rings that we've been complaining about the last month. It's the one thing that we've been really looking forward to as wrestling fans, because we've loved the Cruiserweight Classic. It is something so unique and so awesome that the WWE has successfully, keyword, successfully pulled off that I don't think anybody could hardly complain anything about. And, oh, Jesus Christ.
No, it's like, I think, that's a totally different, that is a completely different tangent we can take. I don't know, man. Like, this is me, okay? Like, this is something that you've been hyping for a month, running a commercial every week, okay? We saw the advertisement, I think, like a couple of tiny little video package things. And then we got the match in the middle of their lowest rated hour.
Yeah, which made
in the dead middle of it, which means that it literally is no man's land.
Yeah.
Like, you're not getting carryover at the beginning or the end.
Like I said, me and you had a great discussion about this today, and we see it from 2 different angles. And I understand where you see it from. I really do. With me, 10 o'clock, the NFL game was just getting out of halftime. That's probably why they threw in that 5-on-5 thing. Started over back and forth. Watch the cruiserweights. It brought life to the third hour, because if you looked at the ratings, the third hour did not drop at the percentage that it has been dropping, because people were waiting for the cruiserweights. So it was effective. A match in the first hour, a match in the third hour. That's what they should do with the cruiserweights.
I agree.
All the time.
Absolutely.
Because not only are you start with a bang, then wow, I have another one of these later. I should probably keep my TV on.
Yeah.
Or what I was thinking was, instead of doing a meaningless fatal four-way and not really anybody getting a shine and everybody's basically just spotting out, what about doing a little mini tournament?
Oh, I have absolutely no doubt they'll be doing it in the
Give them
future.
30 minutes last night.
I just think
And it's two 8-minute matches and a 12-minute match for the final or whatever.
I don't think they wanted to do a tournament because the tournament was just done.
That's true.
I think the tournament's a great idea. I think you see it next month, 2 months from now. I just think the tournament just got over.
And wait.
Yeah.
You just made the insinuation that everyone just got done watching the Cruiserweight Classic tournament. And what about these mythical casuals?
No, I understand that. But
Where are they? I'm looking for them.
well, obviously do they care about the casuals? Because TJ Perkins wasn't on TV. So maybe WWE doesn't give a shit anymore either.
They just don't care. And it's like autopilot, and Vince is just asleep at the switch because he's 90.
Yeah, and that was the one thing that we said that was so upsetting is TJ Perkins was not on this. You know, I understand the fatal four-way. I get that. That match was fine, barring the cue cards and Mick Foley looking like he's gonna fall over.
Yeah, why did you have a cue card, dude? Come on, you can't remember 4 names for a company you work for?
Well, yeah, because he doesn't watch the product. That's obvious now.
Well, no, I think where he was struggling is he was also giving like where they're from and stuff like that. I think that's what more the notes were than anything.
Yeah.
But to be totally honest, now this is where my frustration came in. Dude, I saw the 4 people. Now, granted, dude, every single one of those guys astronomically talented.
Fair.
Rich Swann and Cedric Alexander have the potential to form a tag team that I would like to call Liquid Charisma. And it would be amazing. But, dude, where the fuck were Noam Dar and Jack Gallagher?
Yeah,
Where were they? You couldn't give them a little fucking vignette? Dude, they're both from the UK. We couldn't get a picture of them touring with a fucking mini something?
Noam Dar was
I'm starting to believe you're going to see those guys on SmackDown.
And, dude, I will tell you right now, I will cancel Monday Night USA television because at that point, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Hope they don't make. I like having one belt exclusive. If you want to do something fun on SmackDown, bring back the damn TV title or something.
Dude, yeah. I was thinking the TV title, or dude, it's fucking time. It's time. Why don't we have the E division? Why don't we have that? Like, that to me seems like the most blatant ripoff that Vince could do, and it would be the final dick in TNA's ass.
That's kind of what I thought you were going to say by E division. It's like, wait a minute.
Anything. We know that Vince likes to borrow on occasion, like always. So, well, no, he doesn't borrow, he buys. So that's kind of different. But it's like they need to bring something that's unique to the WWE. Like, I think it's time to generate a division like that to where it's kind of an open weight class division and anybody can compete. And when we get some of the bigger guys who can work, Samoa Joe,
Austin Aries.
Yeah, no, I'm talking bigger guys. Okay, like Samoa Joe, like when Damo O'Connor gets called up, Rusev, like bigger guys that can actually go. Like, that to me would be, they need to formulate a division like that. I think it would be badass.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that'd be cool, but it's Vince. You never. You can't. They're not going to do something like that. So back to the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. There's. Shit! That's right. We're talking about Clash of Champions.
We're doing what? This isn't home ec. Oh.
Every time Laz gets on Smash This, he goes off on these tangents, and there has to be like a 6 episodes. It's like the night of on HBO. You get 8 episodes, and then it's done for good.
Yes. Oh God, he had an hour and a half rant the other night that I put on, and I just released it as a smash goes off the rails, and it's one of the best things I've ever heard. It's Mile High Lads.
All the voices in my head broke out and formed a chorus, and it wasn't good for anyone. But I'll tell you right now, the first person who is upset will be my psychological health and wellness coordinator, because I felt so much better when I was done. Felt so much better. like I didn't need the leather couch or anything. Just felt better.
Yeah. All right, so I think, if this is a brand new championship, brand new set of guys. Yeah, Brian Kendrick is a veteran. That's the one thing that's going to help carry this, because some of us recognize him.
And Kendrick can keep up. Kendrick can work with Perkins. Like, they're going to put on a great show.
Oh, yeah, and I have no doubt that all these guys can. But I can understand why they want to put some kind of recognizable veteran face in there. So, I get it.
For sure. Yeah, Perkins wins, but this is another one of those matches that I think a lot of people are going to kind of glance over because there is other shine on the card, but you could put a tick mark next to this one for match of the night. Both guys are capable of it.
As long as they give them like 10 minutes. That's all I want. 10 minutes.
I'd be good with that. I'd be good with that on a pay-per-view.
So, okay. So Perkins wins that one. Let's get to the tag team championships. Man. The New Day are the champs still. Jesus Christ. Luke and Gallows. Christ. 5 more beers, please. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson have been going after these guys for a while now. Me personally, and then I'll turn it over to you guys to flip this around. I've been done with the New Day for a while. I don't know how you feel. I am totally fine with the New Day. I know they're over as hell and everybody loves them. They could lose and people are still going to love them. Okay?
Yep.
I'm ready for new champs. Gallows and Anderson need to do the dominant tag team. Remember a few weeks ago how they absolutely destroyed the Dudleys and sent them packing?
Oh, and then they carried around jars of Big E's testicles. Like, it's just like, dude. To me, they've screwed this tag team up so much, and I think the least they could do for them now is give them the titles and at least try to help rehabilitate them.
Yeah, they need.
I agree. I mean, you can't have them coming out in lab coats and stuff and retirement and old fart stuff. Like, listen, and I say this on Rant with Ant all the time. With Gallows and Anderson is Wrestle Silly going wrong. You don't have to match everyone up with the New Day. It doesn't have to be comedy. You can have it serious. So New Day should lose. My personal opinion, keep New Day together. Stop with the tag match. New Day is now a faction. Big E, go get the title. Kofi, go after the US or whatever you need to do.
Oh, yeah.
But they need to win. It is time for the club to reign supreme in WWE because they're aiming for a club shield match. As much as people don't want to say they are, it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Within the next year, absolutely.
Let's make the club dominant enough that it makes sense.
And here's my call, okay? If you want to do that, you tell AJ, you tell Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, let's re-sign you guys for one more year, and I'm going to do it now. I'm going to pay you even more money because in 2019, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks walk in at the end of that feud and walk up on the stage and go, "Hi, fellas, you remember us?"
Oh, yeah.
And you watch the wrestling universe fucking implode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely within the next, I'd say, year and a half, you're going to see Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tama Tonga at this point either. I think he plays the Haku card sooner rather than later.
He's not doing bad in those Ring of Honor matches with formerly known as Camacho.
What is he called now?
Taio Tonga something. It's
Tama Tonga or Tongaroa.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
There's so many Tongas.
Yeah, it's that whole. I don't understand that, dude. Like Tonga, that's a totally different discussion. We'll talk about that later. But I don't understand how one of them is so far ahead of the other one. But continue on, sir. I think we're all in agreement on this one too. Gallows and Anderson, it's time.
Yeah, we need new champions.
Yeah, it's yes, absolutely. Love the New Day, but yes, it's time.
Yeah, and the thing is like, dude, okay, if you one more thing on this, like Gallows and Anderson when they were in the Bullet Club, they did this little comedy thing with the Kingdom, where Carl Anderson was flirting with Maria Kanellis.
That was awesome.
Carl Anderson presented as Carl Anderson, the badass, but like the second that Maria was introduced to the situation, he just became an idiot. And it was funny as hell because he would shift gears and they could shake him out of it. But like, if you're going to bring in silly with those guys, you make it something like that to where it comes and goes. It's not a constant.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that worked. I've seen segments of that. Yeah, where Maria Kanellis and then Doc Gallows going, "What the hell's the matter with you?" Because both Carl and AJ were just duh.
Yeah, they're both dancing with her on the apron. I was dying. Like that whole thing, comedy gold. So, yeah. All right, Gallows and Anderson, we're moving on because I'm gonna corral this bitch. We're heading for home.
All right, we got 3 to go. We're changing pace now. We got to lighten it up a little bit. We've got the Raw Women's Championship. Cue the pedals. Cue the pedals.
Okay.
Oh god, shit, dude. It's not my budget. Anyways, let's get into this discussion. Charlotte, who is Women's Raw Champion, versus Sasha Banks versus holy shit, Bayley's in this one too.
I hate that.
You're going to start Bayley's career off with a big pay-per-view loss? That's dumb.
Yeah, it's like I hate that so much.
Wow, yeah, I did not expect you to start out the conversation with that you hate that. I thought you guys would be all excited about this.
Okay.
Like, wow.
No, listen.
The components,
I like Bayley.
Super excited for the components, but I hate the idea that all 3 of them are together right now. I just don't like that.
Yep. I hate it too, Les, because listen, Bayley, you just brought her up. You're going to make her – Sasha Banks, let's be real, wouldn't have lost the title if she wasn't hurt. She's getting that title back. They're going to continue with her storyline, which is going to lead to Sasha and Bayley at WrestleMania. So why are you putting – Bayley and Sasha should not interact against each other until that time. They should be a tag team until –
Yeah, it should be friendly until we're ready to
not even a tag team, yeah. They need to be friendly. I don't like that you're going to give Bayley a loss because if Bayley wins, I'll be shocked. I really think she has.
I think if Bayley wins, I think and to me, like it's weird to say, but I think if Bayley wins in this situation, that's a failure for the division.
Yeah, but how many times have they brought in new ones? Like, and I'm going to throw it on to like the perfect example. AJ was on her way out, gave it to Paige, and she's already been 2-3-time women's champion, or at the time Divas or whatever.
Right, but look at but where my counter argument comes in is look at the state of the division at that time and look at it now. At that time, it was a no-brainer. Paige was pretty much better than everybody with the exception of Nikki, and I think there were a couple of people that were on their way out the door that were okay, but that's kind of a dark era for me. The thing is now you've got Charlotte, legit. You've got Sasha, legit. You've got Bayley, legit. You've got, Nia Jax is on her way up. Dana Brooke, if she was given half a chance, is on her way up. I mean,
you got Paige coming back.
Yeah, it's like there are a lot.
You got Emma. Where's Emma going? Where's Emma going to go?
And just wait. That story came out that she was cleared 6 weeks ago or some shit. Like that just makes my head hurt. But
yeah.
But
I love Emma.
I hate that we're putting together this match now.
This is what I want to see.
Be a Mania match like these 3, honestly.
Yeah, it's like the story's there. The story's there to make this something big. Like to throw this away on a nothing pay-per-view. It's like, Like it's kind of like last night. It was my beef with the steel cage match last night on Raw. Why?
Why are you throwing Kevin Owens versus Reigns away?
In a cage. Why are you doing that in a cage? Okay, a match where safety is not 100% guaranteed regardless of how safe they are.
Yeah.
And you're doing this 6 days before your first brand-specific pay-per-view. What the fuck are you doing? Like, to me, that is like, I was just like, huh? Like, first off, to me, dude, gimmick matches like that, cages, that's escalation. Escalation. Okay? That's end of the fucking line. Why are we going there on a Monday Night Raw?
And you have Rollins jump off the cage.
Oh my god, dude! Full on fucking Teddy Hart. That was all that popped into my head.
Like I'm watching this guy jump off the cage. I'm like, oh great! If he blows his knee out, there is no main event.
Dude, the thing is apparently like this last weekend at AIW, Teddy Hart like shattered his lower leg.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like I don't know if it was lower. It was a double bone. I don't know if it was his forearm or it was his lower leg, but. Dude, like Teddy Hart's one of those guys that, dude, he goes 1,000,000 miles an hour. He's like Rollins. Like, he's got that mindset that he is so good and it's so easy for him that he doesn't realize that other people have a hard time keeping up. And it's like, I mean, he's one of those guys like, dude, I enjoy the hell out of him now because I don't know how long he's going to be here. He's Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Loved it, but I don't know how long he's going to be here because he's taking unnecessary risks for shit ratings. Dude, if you're doing 4s and 5s, dude, go balls out. Because at that point, everybody's making more money and you're making more money. But what are you doing? Preserve your career first, man.
Yeah.
Because he could have accomplished the same thing coming off the inside of the cage, dude, like right above the turnbuckle. And nobody would have said the word boo.
Yeah, exactly. You could have jumped on the top rope, hit someone in the knee. Sasha Banks gets that title back, and they're back on track, just like we are with what they planned on doing. And that's Sasha's title reign.
So what do you think? So do you think that Dana comes into the outcome? Do you think she ends up costing Charlotte the match, and that's the end of that?
Yep, Dana costs Charlotte. Charlotte goes on to Dana. Maybe a Sasha heel turn kind of, upcoming. And I hate to say this, Sasha and Bayley's probably going to be thrown away and not saved for Mania.
Yeah, and I hate that, man. Like that. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I'm a big match guy. Like I like that feel. I like that sensation when it's like, damn, dude, like this feels bigger than what it actually is. It's like I felt that way about independent matches that took place in England 8 months ago in front of 700 people, and you're going like, dude, this match feels way bigger than what it actually is because I can see everyone in this venue from my living room. Like, it's not like it's taking place in an arena and we're seeing glancing shots. It's like I could see detailed faces. Like, I could see people in the crowd. And it's going, like, you're going like, man, that feels bigger. And like, dude, I don't feel that way about anything. And the WWE right now, it's like, I don't really feel anything kind of stepping up. Like, there's a lot of good stuff going on, but I don't really feel that level of importance yet.
So who do you think is going to win, Laz?
It's going to be Sasha because I think we're resetting after her injury recovery.
Okay.
But and plus, I think Dana Brooke comes in somewhere. I don't know whether Charlotte smacks her after the match or she comes in on the finish or whatever. But I think that's going to be. I think Monday night's the end of that too.
Yeah. This is how I see it going down, and a brief look into the future, and then we'll go on to the next one. I think Bayley's going to win this, and it's going to go on to the comeback of Paige, Bayley versus Paige. And it's a great way to bring Paige back because it's someone who can legit work with Bayley. Okay?
I like that.
I dig it.
Dana Brooke.
Sasha can have her redemption story.
Yeah, and Dana Brooke is going to screw Charlotte, which that's going to play out for about 2 hot minutes. And the whole Sasha Banks versus Charlotte is going to continue. Meanwhile, Dana Brooke is like, ooh, yay, babyface, everybody love me. Whoa, hold up, Emma's back. Dana Brooke versus Emma. Okay, you're going to see those three things play out over the course of the next 1-2 months-ish.
I dig it.
That's what I'd like. That's what I'd like. Are we going to see that?
I'm good with that.
But we'll see.
Like if I was going to throw a monkey wrench in your plans, put Emma on SmackDown and have Dana Brooke's phone ring.
Dana Brooks' phone ring.
And Dana Brooks' phone ring, and she picks up the phone. Oh, hey, and then turns around and just walks off camera, and you see her walk out of the arena. Like
Right.
something like that, like something that subtle, because Dana's kind of been a kind of a satellite role, like kind of just injecting her into something major on SmackDown. Like I think that would be cool.
And it's all a buildup of Dana because they
Sure.
are behind Dana. And I like Dana. I think she's okay.
And
You know?
it'll help with the elevation of Emma as well on her return.
Oh, I love Emma. I have missed me some Emma. Don't even get me started on that. I was in a corner in a fetal position thinking about Emma earlier. Anyways, on to some more championship matches.
So we got 2 for Sasha and 1 for Bayley on that one. But I like your justification for Bayley. I like the story.
Yeah, it's
dig
hopeful. It's hopeful. We'll see.
I dig it. JAYBONE, you're overqualified to work for the WWE. You actually have something we refer to in the business as creativity.
Oh shit! I'm 2 beers into this. Don't give me that much creativity. All right, so love you guys. All right, so let's hit the United States Championship. Rusev, who is the champion, with Lana, lovely Lana. Give me a second. Okay, versus Roman Reigns.
I think, listen, I love Rusev. I really do. I think Rusev has star written all over him. I think this belt is going to go to Roman Reigns. And I'm fine with that because now, what is Roman Reigns saying? One versus all. You had the U.S. title with Cena with
Reigns
the open challenge, and it's
Reigns
re-rated.
hasn't said shit lately.
Yeah, but everything that Reigns sells is one versus all. It's one versus all. The one versus all challenge for the U.S. title. Every week.
You know, I thought that corner was turning with him, dude. That his response he got in Memphis last night was horrendous.
I mean, Roman Reigns, listen, I'm at the point right now.
Dude, you and I are in the same boat.
anyone.
You don't need to fight
Roman
me. I'm
Reigns-
just saying that response was terrible, and there was no reason for it.
You know, if people think it's the cool thing to do, when Roman Reigns is a top 5 worker in WWE this year, maybe the number 1 worker in WWE
I've got him
this
number 3 in the world.
year. His ass off. The guy is good. Yes, he can't talk that well, but he's improving. Roman Reigns with the U.S. title brings legitimacy to that title. And as much as I love Rusev and I think he's a great U.S. champ, for people to cheer and boo. And putting that title on Roman Reigns is going to do just that. It's a reaction.
So what if they do this? Like, if Roman wins the title and he goes to the corner, raises the belt, and he gets showered with booze, you just kind of see him smirk and just walk out of the ring. And then when he comes out Monday night, dude, he comes out full on fucking Finn Balor. He just walks out on the stage and it's just like, bring it. Come on. You know you wanna. That's right. You know what? You boo all you want. I get paid the same. It's okay. And just ham that up and the crowd will finally get tired of it.
I think he has fully evolved into the next John Cena. And no, I'm not giving him that much credit as a worker yet.
Response-wise, I agree.
Yeah.
The guy is incredibly I mean, the divide he causes in the crowd is unreal.
It's interesting how much, and I still like him because I'm a Shield guy. Okay, when the Shield came in, I lost my shit, and anybody who's been watching me for the last couple of years knows that. But man, I understand the whole. Okay, let's change up Roman Reigns. Let's give him something different. It's the same shit that we've been saying about John Cena for the last between 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, but I think at this point, I think Roman is still early enough in his run that he could go dark and bounce back. I mean, by the time that they started actually reviewing that for Cena, it was too late. Like, he was too far gone. Like, I think we're at the point where Roman Reigns could go dark, and when he comes back out of it, he's Steve Austin. Like, he's somebody who's that level of over just because he's no nonsense. He's violent. He goes out there and takes care of business, and he's on his merry way.
And all it takes is that one guy that you don't see him go up against. Like, because if you noticed the psychology of the WWE, you think you've seen every match under the sun, and then all of a sudden that one guy comes out. And who that is yet, I don't know.
The story
I have one match. I have one match right now. WrestleMania. If
Dude,
the
story we're telling, what you just you're booking. The story that you just told, that's WrestleMania 33, Brock versus Roman. That writes that story. That's a 100% arc.
If you want someone he's never faced, and you want a reaction, Reigns versus Cena. That's a reaction. WrestleMania 33.
Do you think that? But I think Cena. I think Cena is on a collision course with the Undertaker. I just think that's where we are.
I think Cena wins 16 at Mania. I do.
Do you think so? Even if Taker's on his way out the door and he says, "This is it, I'm done."
Cena needs a win. Oh hell yeah!
I have no intrigue of seeing Cena versus Taker anymore.
So is Cena going to win? So Cena's going to win the Rumble in your world?
I don't think he wins the Rumble. I just think he's the next in line for the title by the time SmackDown rolls around to WrestleMania. Huh. With that roster depth, who's going to jump him? Bray, okay. Dean, okay. Who else?
Yeah, dude.
After Bray and Dean, who else?
Really? The thing is they really. I mean, we see we see how thin that card is, and we could see where some guys with personality like Gargano and Ciampa could inject themselves really quickly and become pivotal because they have the ability to be able to go out and talk.
I mean, I want to see The Miz get another run, honestly. That's just me, but...
Oh, that's not just dude.
I think Roman Reigns wins this U.S. title. People can hate it, and people will love it, but I hope that they don't lose Rusev. I don't want Rusev lost in the shuffle. That guy's a megastar.
No, he's hot now because there's been a lot of coverage of him. He just got married. He's been all over social...
Stop the anti-American gimmick. Just stop with the I hate USA gimmick and let him just be a monster heel that crushes people's faces. Like I said earlier in the show, and I know you agree with this, Jimmy, the time of the I hate this country gimmick, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
Because half the people hate their own country, and that's a controversy we're having right now.
Yeah.
So let's not feed into that. Instead, let's make Rusev a character who's not going to go away, because he's not someone who's just anti-USA. He's a heel that actually wants to ruin people's day. He's just not some anti-American gimmick that in 2 years won't matter. And that's I don't want to see that happen to Rusev at all.
Well, they're already doing it because Lana's got stuff with that new movie with Edge. I can't remember what it's called. In the interrogator, whatever it is. And there's the headline of the video clip on YouTube, on WWE's YouTube channel was,
shocking, listen to Lana talk without her Russian accent. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Parker, she's from Florida. Fuck off.
Yeah, but she speaks fluent Russian. It's like, oh my God, you just destroyed her Russian. So it's like, yeah, it's they can stay international, but it doesn't have to be a boo USA, pro Bulgaria, Russian, whatever.
Listen, I think Rusev could be a huge face too, to be honest. I can see that guy being a face. And
like I said, it just takes that one guy to come out.
Dude, he was there. He was there when he was Sad Rusev, dude. He was there when he was Sad Rusev, dude. I love Sad Rusev because that was amazing.
That was great.
Yeah, that was great. Like, dude, he was a face there. Like, it was over.
I miss Summer Rae.
Dude, that's the thing, man. It's like we've had so many people in this brand split just fucking evaporate. It's like, where the fuck are these people?
Yeah.
Like, we've had bodies that were drafted that we haven't seen. Where the hell are they?
They're on Superstars.
And it's
Saturday Morning Slam.
Right.
Live Wire.
They're eating ice cream with each other on Saturday Morning Slam.
Is it WWE ice cream bars, though?
So who wins?
Someday.
Who wins this match? I have Roman.
Yeah, I'll pick Roman.
Roman makes sense. Like, it's one of those ones I could see it going both ways, but honestly, what I hope happens is they stabilize Roman at this level. They allow him to, quote-unquote, earn it in the eyes of the fans, whatever the fuck that means. And Rusev breaks off in what I would hope would be lining up for whoever the face is that finally knocks off Kevin Owens.
Oh,
I would like to
that's
kind
fun.
of see him start that elevation process up the card.
that I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I want Big E to be the next, big face. I want him to start elevating his way up.
Dude, I don't understand why the hell they don't allow them to win the U.S. Championship and defend it under Freebird rules. Dude, there could be so much just ridiculousness that could take place. It's like,
God.
get the tag team titles off of them. Like, I can be done with the group or whatever, but I could definitely see some comedy there.
That would be great. That would be fun. And it's something new. I mean, yeah, we've seen it with the tag stuff here and there, barely. Fans have wanted it. Yeah, why not?
I mean, I don't know, dude. It's like, I mean, I don't know if that's innovation for the sake of innovating or innovation because it's entertaining. I don't know what that is.
No, I think it's a little combo of both. All right, let's get into this last match on the card. The Universal Championship, the big new championship on Raw to, define the brand split. Kevin Owens as our champ versus Seth Rollins. I don't think there's a stip in this one, no special kind of match. I just think
There's a stipulation. It's called Triple H is coming and costing Seth Rollins the match.
okay, that is a possibility. They could be continuing that one. But I'm just saying
I'm so over that already because they've already pissed me off with it. It's like we've received no explanation. Why the fuck did that happen?
That's what they're trying to make big-time drama where did Stephanie know? Did you know?
Okay, it's drama, but the thing is you have him on screen somewhere if he's talking to Kevin Owens in the back or whatever, or he's doing secretive Triple H stuff, or Kevin Owens is on the phone, or whatever. I don't know. Like, give me a little bit of development to this story because all it is now, it's the fucking box. That we never talked about until it was over. And it's like, I guess nobody will ever know what was in that. It's like, fuck you. That's the only thing that kept me watching for the last month.
I think they're trying to deviate from that so that when Triple H jumps in again and causes some shenanigans, whatever it may be, it's, oh my God, he's there again. Why is he back here? So it's not that, because if he showed up every week, it'd be like, okay, seriously, okay, we get it.
Has to happen sooner than Mania.
But this is where I run into the problem, okay? What I was hoping they were going to do with the brand split is I thought that we were going to see a realignment of Stephanie and Triple H as basically reality-based characters, more face-based, more business-based characters, not having a vested interest in the storyline. But unfortunately, this is extended McMahon family theater. That's all it is. So, I mean, what I was hoping to happen, what didn't happen. So I'm just hoping for the best at this point.
Yeah, and who knows? I don't care whether or not Triple H does show up. It doesn't look like he could to screw Seth where it looks like it's going. Yeah, I could. But all in all, do you think Kevin Owens is in for a nice long run, or do you think we're going to see a new champion here?
No new champs. Kevin Owens holding that belt. It's going to be a great match. It's between that and Zayn and Jericho. They're going to be my matches of the night. That's why I'm tuning in. Up and down this card, honestly, it seems like a pretty good pay-per-view.
Like I said, on paper it looks decent.
How it ends is going to either leave a sour taste in your mouth or leave you happy. Kevin Owens is walking out the Universal Champion because Seth Rollins has unfinished business that he has to take care of with Triple H. And then Kevin Owens will go on to the next thing. And I'm fine with that because I don't want Owens just to be this, oh, look, we gave you Kevin Owens. Now let's go back to the normal. And as much as a Seth fan I am, that title.
See what I could see, how I see this, how I could see this ending, and like, and it would make a compelling story, at least to me, would be if Triple H costs Seth the match, that will complete Seth's face turn. Like that, that's the completion of that.
And that's why I think they're doing the whole Stephanie the way she is with which we were talking about earlier, which is driving a lot of people nuts. Like, okay, is Stephanie heel? Is Stephanie face? It's how they're all reacting to Seth Rollins, which is going to push the face movement. You know what I mean?
It's like, we see where it's going, but like, I mean, to me, what I would do is like, you have Triple H outright cost him the match, and then after the match, Seth's laying in the corner. You know what? In my world, Seth might be bleeding in the corner, and Triple H and Kevin Owens are standing there with the title, just berating him. And just going off on him and holding it up. You'll never see this again. You'll never see this again. You'll never see this again. And then the next night, like, you see them both, like, they're both out there, and then you see Seth just kind of sitting backstage, and then he just looks at Kevin Owens and goes, you know what, my problem is with you, but not yet. And he looks at Triple H and goes, my problem's with you. And you leave it, it's something that simple, and we are catapulted off to the next 4 months.
So do you think we're gonna see Papa Trips pull a giant sexy sledgehammer out of his pants tomorrow night?
Wow.
I mean Sunday night.
So
yeah, but I have breaking news.
Oh no! Swerve!
Dean Ambrose just pinned John Cena clean.
What?
Yep, on SmackDown.
Oh dear God!
That's what my Twitter's saying. So I have to watch this SmackDown.
Oh
wow!
You killed me. You killed me on that one.
That's shocking. That's shocking. But yeah, Seth Rollins. As much as I love the guy, don't put the title on him. Let KO.
I mean, you can
Mania. So
you can make that face turn concrete, and Seth can have the alignment that he should have had when he came back.
Exactly.
Like, that's where this story should have started. I mean, the fact that it's taken us this long to get here is asinine. And
but let's roll with it now.
But it's like, we're here. We're here now. Like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Because this is what should have happened months ago. Seth should have returned as a face and accepted the cheers that he was getting instead of turning heel on the crowd that night. I mean, that was dumb. That was poor booking.
But now we got a brand split and everything to make it that much more singular. We don't have to carry it across umpteenth different shows. We can keep it on a show and focus on it. That'll make it that much easier.
And I think that gives them a solid face. I mean, right now they're like, that's the interesting part about both rosters. It's like, I can see a couple of booking decisions really elevating or really de-escalating or really escalating or really de-escalating workers. Just in a couple of minor little tweaks. But we're in an era where 50-50 booking doesn't allow people to get over. It doesn't allow people to build up ahead of steam.
Yeah.
So the stories have to be compelling. And right now, like, from what you guys have said tonight, there's some compelling stories there. It just all depends if that's the way they see the story.
Yeah, yeah. It's all looking towards the future all the time with the bigger stories. It's just fun getting there, and hopefully they go, in a way that keeps the audience enthralled. So, yeah.
Yeah, it should be a good time, man. I'm looking forward to the show. I mean, I'm with Ant. I mean, I think Jericho and Zayn, I think that's a potential show stealer. I think Roman and Rusev, if they decide to get down and go, that could be a hell of a contest. Yeah. And as a dark horse, I'll take Kendrick and Perkins just because
the card is very good.
I like flippy guys.
On paper, it's excellent.
Yeah, I mean,
running down the card, I'm like, let's do it. I'm pumped.
Yeah, it's like, I'm to the point now where it's like, I wish at this point, now that I've heard you guys read down the card, because half the card was kind of a mystery. Like, but when I'm looking at that, it's like, looking at the card, like, dude, this is an epic house show. I wish I would have skipped Raw. Like, this would have been a kick-ass house show.
Yeah, it's just the last several weeks of Raw between all the squash matches and crazy ass, you don't know where the hell's booking is going. That's what's killed the prep for this.
Yeah,
but the card on
and SmackDown won this week again. I'm just going to let everyone know because the reviews I'm getting of SmackDown had Miz and Ziggler, which was awesome. They built up the women's division. They had Dean versus Cena. Right there's a winning formula. Everything feels important. On Raw, half the show.
It's tremendous storytelling, and you know who that is. That's the
NXT
head writer of NXT. This is laughable. I mean, what I don't understand is at this point they've got their finger. WWE collectively has their fingers in so many pies. Yeah. Why the hell don't they bring in? Why don't they call on like Gabe Sapolsky or some of these other guys, these experienced minds, to help construct some story arcs? I mean, to where that way we're not getting the entire contents of Vince McMahon's mind.
You have Paul Heyman under contract. Use them.
Yeah, like you've got Paul Heyman, you've got Gabe Sapolsky who books Evolve, you've got Mike Quackenbush who books Chikara. I mean, you have creative minds out there that they're not utilizing.
I guarantee you that Triple H is in bed with Gabe Sapolsky as he's totally cheating on Stephanie.
Dirty. That just sounds dirty.
Oh, trust me, it's meant to be dirty. You've seen those. Yeah. You've seen those. Oh yeah, let's just.
I had a great segue to be like, hey, now we can wrap it up, but.
There we go.
And then it just got nasty.
I mean, I think the show's gonna be a hell of a lot of fun. Like I think we're in for a good show. Like it's gonna be good to the point that I am making special arrangements to go out and have lunch with my mom early so I can be home to watch the show. So
you know what, dude? You know what? It's gonna be so much fun, dude. Take your mom, make her watch the show. She'll love it.
I don't think so.
You test it, mother approved.
But by the way, you guys all saw the Looming of the Apocalypse today. Just to wrap us up,
the what?
You guys all saw the first seal unlocking for the Apocalypse. Vince Russo saying something intelligent on the world of wrestling. Like now, Russo I like because I like the educated mind. But at the same time, like there are a lot of things I'm just going like, dude, you just sound bitter. Like whether this is the way that you feel or not, it just doesn't sound good. But he came out today and said flat out, Steph, your job is to get the wrestlers over, not the other way around. And wow, that I'm like, holy shit! At least somebody said it. Like somebody with a recognizable name finally just said, "I'm done with this. Stop it." Your job is to build stars. Your job is not to be a star.
Oh, he's been cutting on the Raw for, a solid year now. Yeah.
They do that Be a Star program, so it is her job to be a star.
Yeah, but you know what? Her job is not to be a star in ring. I want her to be a star in the boardroom.
She's not a superstar. Like we start to show us how we can end the show. The authority angle thing is kind of played out. Let's move on. It's been 5 years. Let's move on from it.
There we go. Yeah. There we go. The cock, the COC, is going to be the final hard nail in the coffin.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
Cock on Sunday night.
Huge nail in the coffin. Just banging it in there on the authority. There it is.
And on that, folks, we are going to wrap this up. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me on this WWE COC minus the K pay-per-view predictions. It's gonna be a blast. Ant, you're doing great things now, dude. I'm so proud of you. You're kind of off shooting. You're still part of the group, but you're off shooting. You're doing big things. Go ahead, throw out promo, plug whatever the hell you want real quick.
All right, yeah, it's going to be a long one. Every Thursday you can catch me on the NAI network exclusively on iTunes, Podomatic, Stitcher, and pretty much anywhere else you can find podcasts is where you can find me. Rantwithant.com just launched 2 weeks ago. Go there. I have an exclusive new shirt. It's a kind of a playoff Shinsuke Nakamura. Well, it isn't kind of. It is. It says King of Talk style.
I am so upset that it doesn't say King of Rant style. Like that.
Yeah, but I kind of wanted to go off the strong, so that's why I did that. I was thinking that too. But I do have a Ant Rant coming soon next year. So a lot of big things in the work. When I'm on here, I want to plug stuff for G-Rod. Go check out the G-Rod Show for all the non-wrestling podcast stuff. It's probably one of the best out there. And also, if you're interested in starring in a movie, a documentary film that G-Rod's working on, follow the Fans Movie on Twitter, and you can get some info there. Follow me at Rant with Ant. And thank you, JAYBONE, for having me on, man. You guys have really taken Wrestle Addict exactly where we wanted it to go. It's been awesome. I listen every week, and now I'm becoming a fan of pretty much a show that me and G-Rod built. So it's awesome. You guys have been doing a great job. Thanks for having me on Smash This Podcast. The Oversaturation of Ant Tour. It's tomorrow night I'm recording my show. Thursday I'm on Ramblings with Rob. Saturday I'm on Checking the Boots. Monday I'm on Wrestle Rumors. So I have a pretty full schedule coming up.
That would be Ant Saturation.
Yeah, it's Ant's all over the place. I'm all over the place this week. I'm going to be completely done with wrestling. Come Sunday night, I'm going to be like, just shoot me.
No, I've got, let's see here. What have I got going on? You can find me at Mile High Laz on Twitter. I'm kind of a special guest on the Smash This podcast, apparently. This is a thing that I do now. And tomorrow night we're doing the Lucha Underground, which will be BA. So if you're a Lucha Underground fan, tune in.
Oh, yeah.
And,
we'll be doing that.
Every other Thursday I'm on the Wrestle Addict Live. Me and the Y2 Stump. We pretty much kind of look at the WWE through more of an independent eye. We do a lot of independent coverage. So if you're into the American indies or international indies, we talk Japan, we talk England. So if you're into wrestling, tune in. You know what? Maybe you don't know what it is now, but you'll know. We'll help you. We'll answer any questions you have because we're as passionate about this as you guys are.
Yeah, and you guys do a damn good job of it. That's why I brought you into this, because I love the discussion that you guys portray. But yeah, this week is full of stuff going on. Tomorrow night, I'm not sure exactly the time, but just keep an eye on the Twitter. We'll try to get it out there. Rambling About Wrestling will do their pay-per-view predictions. I will be a part of that as well. After that, I don't know if it's actually, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be live, but I'll be doing the High Spot Harry's Tag-In Pod. I'll be helping produce that one for some pay-per-view predictions and some other WWE and wrestling talk. And then Thursday, we'll do oh, man. God,
That one
Wrestle
thing
Addict
where they
Live.
have the stuff.
yeah, the Wrestle Addict Live. We've got Lucha Underground reviews coming up. But there's just I've got so much shit going on this week. I shouldn't say shit because I love this stuff.
Okay, all right. So what we need to do in the future, because you guys obviously have way more stuff going on than I do, what I'll do is I'll just pitch mine live. You guys can pre-record drops. It'll work out way better.
Yeah. The funny thing is, JAYBONE is doing the Oversaturation tour as well, but his schedule is always like that when I'm just doing this till October 31st, and then I won't be on another podcast until the Wrestle Addict Awards.
Yeah, I'm doing this shit every week because I've got my own podcast. I'm part of the Ramblin' Show, which Ramblin' Show is only doing pay-per-view predictions and reviews.
That's every 2 weeks now.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost every other week. Wrestle Addict is every other week. And then I do Tag-In Pod once or twice a month. So, yeah, I've got – and then I do my own individual stuff because I moved that over to my podcast channel. I'm just – oh, my God.
We should make some arrangements to kind of rotate every other month. Next month we'll do SmackDown and just kind of bounce it around so that way we're only talking about the product every other month.
And it keeps us from going senile and crabby and old farty.
At that point, then Gallows and Anderson's come after me with a jar full of pickle juice and Big E's testicles, and that whole thing gets really weird. And no. So on that note,
Big E's okay with me, brother.
We'll save the Hulk Hogan discussion for another night because I really want to talk about that soon. On that note, guys, we are going to wrap this up. Thanks again, guys, and we'll see you on the flip side down the road. Peace.
Turn out the lights.